Hi guys, Bill again. You know, one of the things that I really like to do is read. Now, it's an amazing pastime when you think about it. You get to listen to another person's thoughts without any kind of filters, with no white noise from their vocal ability or their body language or even their facial expression. I would love to be omnilegion. I'd love to be able to read everything and retain at least some of it. So I tend to have eclectic tastes. Now, some of my favourite topics are things that I have got no faith or belief in at all. Things like religion, maybe sadly. Politics, popular histories. Popular histories. How fucking hard is it to do some basic research, people? Ufology. I mean, I'm a huge Graham Hancock fan. I mean, that's just a few of the things that I read. But, you know, feminism is rapidly becoming my favourite subject. I mean, Christ on a stick, but that shit is so funny. I mean, really side-splittingly funny. I mean, take the article that I've linked to in the low bar here. You listen to a feminist talk, and it's all smoke and mirrors, it's all professional victimhood and that insidious guilt trip that they keep on laying on you. You know, they give you that sneaking suspicion that it really is all your fault. But see when they write it down, when it's put there in front of you, naked to your scrutiny, with no sly digs and no pleas to your conscience sneaked into every second line, you get to appreciate just how fucking airheaded these clowns really are. Now the article's from New Statesman. New Statesman is a living fossil. I mean, it can trace its birth right back to the Fabian Society and a world where British socialism was a movement that actually sought to support the British Empire as a force for progressive modernisation. Times have changed. Now, the girls were asked to write an article, and they've immortalised in print for us the top 5 issues facing modern feminism in May 13. Now, they've done a deep and insightful commentary on each topic, and although I'm not sure I can really compete with such intellectual giants, I'll give it a go. Straight in, at the top of the list, at number 1 on their list, is the division of domestic labour. Seriously, the evil patriarchy have infiltrated our society so completely that they can force honest women to take on more than their fair share of the domestic housework. Mind-boggling. Now, I tried researching it, but unfortunately the results of the grand 2013 housework census have been suppressed by agents of the Big P, so I just have to do what they did and kind of rely on my own experience. Now, they're young. I mean, maybe they haven't actually talked to any couples about how they arrived at their division of labour. Yeah, but for most people, it's not really that much of a big deal. You know, whether you're lesbian, gay, bi, trans, hetero, one partner generally concentrates on earning money for the household, and the other partner, generally speaking, concentrates on homemaking. Now, the relationship isn't fixed. Yeah, most couples will change roles a few times over the years. My household's a bit like that. I think part of the problem is that house husband is a word it's fallen out of favour recently. You know, deadbeat dad is so much more catchy. I think maybe if the girls would consider painting males taking on the homemaker role in a more positive light, they might win a few more fans than just whining about the ones who spend their whole life paying their partner to play homemaker. Nah. Second up is the media's portrayal of unhelpful stereotypes. I was quite looking forward to this one. I was disappointed. Apparently, the big issue is that there aren't enough female presenters on TV over 50, and models should just stop being so skinny and so damn sexy. All wrong. Interestingly enough though, the trivialisation of male suffering and even mortality on news broadcasts matters a lot less than the age and the sex of the talking head ignoring their plight and whittering on about how hard it is for women in the UK to keep their minds off their own body shape for 15 minutes at a time. Anyway, not to worry, the girls will get the perfect solution. Ban lads mags. Oh yeah, that's going to sort it right out, no worries. Third, I think they were starting to run out of ideas when they got to 3. Third is the devastating effect of glass ceilings. Now apparently, even although they acknowledge in their own article that it's not only possible for a woman to get elected Prime Minister, she can do it twice, but apparently it's really, really hard now, and you know, because penis and stuff. And likewise, in spite of numerous CEOs, world statespersons, and even a how-to guide from Sheryl Sandberg telling you how to go about becoming that top CEO, only and only positive discrimination is going to help this situation. Aye, right. Have you ever wondered why Maggie hated feminists? Alright, here's a memo for the girls. Look, to get to the top, to get to the absolute top of any field, and especially to get to the top on the world stage, you don't need discrimination. You definitely don't need pussy passes, and you don't need to change overarching sexual, sexist structures, whatever else they were whittering on about. What you have to be is as big a cunt as the opposition. So that means you change your clothes, you change your hair, you change your voice, you change your politics, you change your policies, you ditch your closest allies if you have to, and you buddy up to your worst enemies when the situation needs it. And the thing is, you've really got to be careful about that pat in the back, because the chances are it's just a recce for the knife following it up. And joking aside, being a major player on the world stage, in politics or in business, isn't just about sharp suits and photo opportunities. It's literally life and death. The bomb that was sent to Brighton, or the bomb that was laid in Brighton, wasn't set there for Maggie because she was a woman, any more than the bullet that hit Reagan was aimed at him just because he was a man. Fourth is social inequality. I mean, talk about blinkers. Apparently social inequality only affects women. Who would have thought it? Girls, there are statistics you can look up on this. You know, statistics on health, life expectancy, even homelessness. They're all freely available. Nobody's hiding anything. Just have a quick look, then come back and tell me which group is suffering an extreme disadvantage. I'll give you a spoiler. It ain't women. Not even women have got different skin tones to yours. And fifth is the old violence against women one. I don't think the girls have got much of a sense of irony. And they were lamenting right at the start of this one that the rest of the world just doesn't recognise rape within marriage the way that we do in Britain. Huzzah. They're blissfully unaware of the fact that the rape of a man by a woman isn't recognised in Britain, whether it's inside or outside of marriage. Rape by envelopment isn't recognised anywhere in the Western world. Now they've got other claims in there as well. 89% of domestic violence victims are female. I've no idea where they got it. I have researched that one, and there are a huge number of studies. All of them describe a broad parity between genders in abusive relationships. Now you don't even have to look at the studies, you can just look at the raw data. In Britain there's the Office of National Statistics, amongst others. There's a few government agencies that compile these sorts of figures. Just look at the raw fucking data. Anyway, I don't think they're looking at data though. I mean, they even exaggerated the number of females killed by partners or ex-partners. Now, it's a very small number. There are 57 million people in Britain, and the number of females killed by partners or ex-partners has been less than 100 for at least 4 years now, and that's according to ONS figures. The same figures show that men are twice as likely to be attacked and killed. That kind of escapes the girls. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps being killed by people that you haven't had a sexual relationship with at some point in your life isn't quite as bad. Maybe that's the thinking. I don't know. And of course they see that rape jokes are a big part of the problem. And again, I'm really not sure if they're ignoring the world around them or if they've had some kind of special snowflake upbringing. But they just haven't noticed the way that men are getting treated by women every day of their life. I mean, it is fucking hilarious to see a full frontal genital assault on the TV or in the cinema. Can you imagine reversing the situation? I mean, how many of us would find it funny? How many of us would laugh out loud if a kid ran up and booted a middle-aged woman right in the vagina? You can step it up a little as well. I mean, can you imagine the horror? Can you imagine the nationwide shitstorm that would follow a report of some poor woman getting drugged, getting tied down by her ex, and getting her vagina hacked out with a kitchen knife? I mean, for fuck's sake, can you imagine any man you have ever met finding that remotely funny? But again, reverse the situation. Go do a search for Sharon Osbourne and her pals on the talk. They were fucking wetting themselves over just how funny it would be to see some guy's penis go through a garbage disposal chute. And it's not just them. Take in the audience howling hysterically at the notion. Hundreds of women, not one of them with a common decency or humanity to even question whether another human being's suffering is really that funny. I mean, girls, crude male language and off-colour jokes, they might offend you, but there are worse media images out there. You know, I really would love to be able to get upset by this kind of shite, but I just can't do it. I mean, the message that they're peddling, oppression, it's everywhere, patriarchy! Watch out, girls! I'll have you washing the dishes next. I mean, fuck off. Just get a grip of yourselves, you know? Look, if feminists' top 5 have changed this year, I would love to hear about it. They've got to come up with something better than this dross. If you want to tell me all about it, stick it in the low bar. Trolling's welcome as always. I kind of miss Felicia. Later on, guys.